Hey y'all. So I am coming in with a super quick update. So last video, I know I was low energy and it was just a lot going on, like getting used to my new home and the energy of being in a new place, a new country. I didn't sleep really well my first night. I don't, it's not important, but I just had some issues with the bed and that I sorted out, just kind of comfort issues. My bed is lofted, it's really high, and it was just uncomfortable for me to sleep in. My spirit felt unsettled, the energy just wasn't aligning properly. Like that's just how I felt. The past 2 nights have been a lot better. I've been able to sleep. The first night I tried sleeping on the couch and that didn't alleviate any of the issues, and then I hurt my back because it's a couch. I'm good now. Like I'm really starting to get used to my space, being alone. I don't have internet or TV until the next Tuesday, so like a few like 10 days from now. And so it's just like I come home and it's just me. And that was, to be honest, a really uncomfortable feeling. And I was like, I realized a part of my personal journey and growth is learning to be happy alone, and not feeling lonely when I'm by myself. Like, I think it's imperative. I'll only speak for myself. I'm not going to tell other people what they should do. But for me, I think it's imperative that I enjoy my own company, right? The same way that my friends look forward to talking to me or hanging out with me, I should feel that way about myself. And it's really easy to look for distractions, whether it's social media or calling people or watching TV or watching something. It's like every day I come home, it's literally just me and silence. It's like so quiet, which I love. But it's like there's nothing to do, and I need to learn to just be still, to be quiet, and just be okay with being alone and doing nothing. And in those moments, that's when you can really, you can hear God speak. You can hear the universe communicating with you. You can hear your spirit. If we're always talking and listening to our minds and the mental chatter and all of those things, like when do you take time to just be still and kind of heed your spirit? So I don't want to make this a spiritual video. I'm not even going to go into detail about those things, but that's just for me. So it's been kind of like just really feeling comfortable in my new home. All right, that to the side. Other logistical things, I think the stress of finding a place to live, things kind of falling through the cracks last minute and then kind of working themselves out in the end. Just kind of a reminder that, things are already taken care of, just being present and being appreciative of the things that I have now. More abundance will come. Speaking of abundance, money, it ebbs and it flows. I started stressing about finances and trying to calculate every single penny that I've spent and every single penny that I'm going to spend in the future. And I think that added to my stress as well. I'm not a frivolous spender, so it's not like I got here and bought like 10 Gucci bags. I had things I had to pay, my Metro card, registration fees, 2 month security deposit, my rent, my Airbnb, my flight, like all of those things add up. And I was just looking at my bills like, when did I spend this much money? How did this happen? And I think it's something that I just have to let go. Like, I will deal with it as it comes. I'm sure by the end of this, I will have saved more than I budgeted for and have enough to pay taxes and transition to graduate school and all of those things. But something one of my Fulbright friends mentioned, the burden of if you don't have generational wealth, you don't just have piles of money that you can support yourself for several months. It can be really stressful. And my advice to anyone who's going through that, one, apply to multiple fellowships, apply to as many funding sources as possible and get as much money as you can. I'm being realistic. And two, again, being maybe if you're not the best budgeter or the most financially savvy person, be careful about how you spend your money. Do an expense report, sit down and kind of do a general budget, but don't obsess over it. And then just kind of underestimate what you have and then underestimate even further what you can spend. So if I know I'm making $100 a month, I'll round that down to like 80, 90. And then if I say something's going to cost $60, I assume it costs 70. So that's kind of been my, how I kind of operate. So, just kind of trusting God, the universe, whatever you practice, that it's already taken care of. It'll all work out. You know, you're not meant to hoard thousands of dollars and lots of money. Money's meant to be spent, but you also want to be financially responsible. So that was kind of like, all of that are things that I'm processing, like being in a new place, a new space, the energy, the spiritual journey, the finances, the bureaucracy, it's a lot to go through. So as you can tell, I'm in a much better mood. Not that I was in a bad mood yesterday. I think I was just kind of like, it was just kind of weighing down on me. So I just kind of had to like fill myself back up from the inside, if that makes sense. So today I am going to set up my mobile banking through ING so I can start paying for things. I'm not getting paid from the Fulbright until the official start of my grant date, which makes perfect sense. I thought as soon as I got here, they were going to pay me. So once I realized that, I was like, crap, I'm going to have to use the money from my other fellowship, which I hadn't allocated for these purposes. So I was kind of stressed about that, like trying to back calculate, okay, well, if I spend this from this fellowship, then this other fellowship should be used for that. A great problem to have, right? Having two sources of funding. So yeah, I'm going to set up that so I can just pay my rent. So that's kind of how I operate. I pay the necessities first. So rent, my utilities, put that money aside so that I can actually see the physical amount that I'm working with. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the lab today just to make sure I have access. I remember how to get there. I need to print some papers to read. And then I'm going to go to this store that my friend told me is kind of like the TJ Maxx of Belgium. So hopefully, I was looking at my closet and I'm like, yo, I did not pack that many clothes. So I'm kind of regretting how I packed. Like, almost every single person was like toiletries, like lotions, perfumes, those things. Like, you're not guaranteed to find them in Belgium, And I think the only thing that I really should have packed in hindsight is definitely the face stuff, although they have a Bath and Body Works here. So anyway, and my hair care stuff. So I haven't looked for hair products, but that I don't know where to go, and that I think was worth packing. I just kind of wish I packed more clothes. Like, to be honest, everyone's like, oh, you'll buy stuff when you get there. And I'm like, looking at my budget, don't really have money to be buying a whole new wardrobe. So I'm going home for Christmas. So, I'll just buy a few things that I can wear and match and pair. And then when I go home, I'll exchange, my summer clothes or things that I don't think I'll need, and then bring more clothes back. So I am very happy that I did decide to go home for the holidays. At first I was thinking like, girl, you better just spend all your time there. But now that I've kind of settled down, I've, and especially having this alone time, I've started feeling homesick. But I think homesickness is just, it's just like a way of your feelings communicating to you that it's discomfort with being alone, which I think it's a message to learn how to be comfortable being alone. I don't want to say it's a bad thing. Like, it's good. It's good to realize like, hey, I'm uncomfortable being alone. It's like, why are you uncomfortable being with yourself? You shouldn't be, So anyway, yeah, so that's my day today. But I just wanted to check in with you guys. I am counting down the days till I get internet and TV, but I do think that this time, everything happens for a reason, and I need this time to get settled, to, really prepare to transition to the lab and like go full steam ahead, because I have a short amount of time to get to make a positive impact and get a publication, God willing. And, so it's game time. So this downtime, I'm going to look back and be grateful that I appreciated this week week or two that I have. So, yeah, the weather in Belgium is, I think it's what you would consider dreary. Kind of always looks like it's going to rain, cloudy, but I've had also beautiful weather since I've come. And that kind of contributes to the mood as well, right? You're in a new place, you're kind of uncomfortable, the weather, So, but I'm better. Like, I'm really starting to get, make this place really feel like home, because I'm going to be here until the end of July. So, yeah, that's everything I can think of for the moment. I'll try to take some video of the city and the places that I go. But, that's just kind of where I'm at today, and just taking it one day at a time, and just learning to trust the process and be calm and just be at peace with what is. So, funny, I'm gonna lift this up. Some of you have seen me post my affirmation cards on Instagram. And so the one I picked today was divine timing. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says, everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Definitely not a coincidence that I picked up that card today. I think that's just what's been on my heart, and that's the card that presented itself to me today. So I'm remembering that because all is good all the time. All the time, all is good. All right, y'all. Well, I'm off to seize the day, and even though it's like 3 o'clock, get something to eat, maybe go grocery shopping. I don't know, one day at a time. But if y'all have any questions, or as always, let me know. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe so I can keep y'all posted on my adventures in Belgium and any new updates. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.